Are you unknowingly putting your health at serious risk every single day just by using common kitchen items that most seniors have in their homes right now? In the next 15 minutes, I'll reveal the 5 most dangerous kitchen items that harbor deadly bacteria, specifically threatening seniors over 65, and show you exactly what to replace them with to protect your health immediately. You'll be shocked to discover that the 3rd item on this list is something 90% of seniors use daily, without knowing it's been linked to serious infections that can be life-threatening for our age group. Last month, 72-year-old Beverly from Texas ended up in the hospital with a severe infection that doctors traced back to a common kitchen item she'd been using for over 3 years. She had no idea this everyday tool was harboring dangerous bacteria that her immune system, weakened by age, couldn't fight off effectively. The doctors told her family that what seemed like a simple kitchen routine had nearly cost Beverly her life. Kitchen item 1, old cutting boards with deep grooves. That wooden cutting board you've treasured for years might be a breeding ground for deadly bacteria that could seriously harm your health. As we age, our immune systems naturally become less effective at fighting off harmful microorganisms, making us particularly vulnerable to foodborne illnesses that younger people might easily overcome. What makes this situation even more dangerous is that bacteria love to hide in the deep grooves and scratches that develop on cutting boards over time, creating perfect breeding grounds that are nearly impossible to clean thoroughly. The deeper these grooves become, the more bacteria they can harbor, and the greater the risk becomes each time you prepare food. Research from Johns Hopkins Food Safety Center shows that cutting boards with deep knife marks can harbor dangerous bacteria like Salmonella E. coli and Campylobacter for weeks, even after thorough washing with soap and hot water. These microscopic organisms multiply rapidly in the warm, moist environment created within those grooves, reaching dangerous levels that can cause severe illness. The study found that bacteria counts on worn cutting boards were often 200 times higher than on smooth new surfaces, creating a serious health hazard that most people never see coming. What's particularly concerning is that these bacteria can survive freezing temperatures and continue multiplying even when the cutting board appears clean and dry. Consider what happened to 68-year-old Frank from Michigan, who developed severe food poisoning after using his favorite wooden cutting board that had been in his family for decades. The deep grooves in the wood had become home to harmful bacteria that contaminated every piece of food he prepared, leading to a week-long hospitalization that could have been easily prevented. Frank's doctors explained that his age made him particularly vulnerable to the complications that arose from what should have been a minor foodborne illness. The solution is surprisingly simple and affordable, but it requires immediate action on your part. Replace any cutting board that has deep grooves, cracks, or stains with a new plastic or bamboo cutting board every 6 months, without exception. Plastic cutting boards are easier to sanitize and should be replaced as soon as visible knife marks appear on the surface. Always use separate cutting boards for raw meat and vegetables to prevent cross-contamination, and wash them immediately after each use with hot, soapy water, followed by a sanitizing rinse with diluted bleach. Don't wait another day to inspect your cutting boards and replace any that show signs of wear, because your health depends on this simple change. Kitchen item 2, worn out kitchen sponges. Are you still using that kitchen sponge from last week, thinking it's perfectly safe because you rinse it after each use? Kitchen sponges are among the most contaminated items in your entire home, harboring more bacteria than your toilet seat, garbage disposal, and even your pet's food bowl combined. The porous structure of sponges creates millions of tiny spaces where bacteria can hide, multiply, and thrive, turning your cleaning tool into a dangerous weapon against your health. What's particularly alarming for seniors is that these bacteria include antibiotic-resistant strains that can cause serious infections, requiring immediate medical attention and prolonged treatment. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention conducted extensive research showing that kitchen sponges contain an average of 54 billion bacteria per cubic inch, with some sponges harboring over 362 different species of microorganisms. Many of these bacteria are pathogenic, meaning they can cause illness, and they multiply so rapidly that a clean sponge can become dangerously contaminated within just 24 hours of use. The CDC study found that traditional cleaning methods, including hot water and dish soap, only reduce bacteria levels by about 60%, leaving millions of harmful organisms ready to contaminate your dishes, countertops, and hands. Even more concerning is that wet sponges left at room temperature can double their bacteria count every 20 minutes. Take the case of 71-year-old Helen from Florida, who contracted a serious gastrointestinal infection that her doctor traced back to her habit of using the same kitchen sponge for 2 weeks. The bacteria from the sponge had contaminated her dishes and cooking surfaces, creating a cycle of reinfection that left her weak and dehydrated for nearly a month. Helen's recovery was complicated by her age and required multiple doctor visits and treatments that could have been completely avoided. The solution requires immediate action and a simple new routine that will protect your health every single day. Replace your kitchen sponges every 3 to 4 days without exception, and never use a sponge that smells bad or looks discolored, as these are clear signs of dangerous bacterial overgrowth. Between uses, microwave damp sponges for 60 seconds daily to kill bacteria, or soak them in a bleach solution for 2 minutes before rinsing thoroughly with clean water. Consider switching to washable microfiber cloths that can be laundered in hot water and bleach, or use disposable paper towels for the most contaminated cleaning tasks like wiping up raw meat juices. Stop using that old sponge right now and make the change that could save your health and prevent a serious infection. Kitchen item 3, cracked or chipped dishes and utensils. Those hairline cracks in your favorite dishes aren't just cosmetic problems that make your kitchen look worn down. These seemingly innocent imperfections create perfect hiding places for dangerous bacteria that can multiply rapidly and resist even your most thorough cleaning efforts. The microscopic crevices formed by cracks and chips provide ideal conditions for bacterial growth, offering protection from detergents, hot water, and sanitizers, while creating a direct pathway for contamination to reach your food. For seniors, whose immune systems may already be compromised by age, medications, or underlying health conditions, these hidden bacterial colonies represent a serious and often overlooked threat that can lead to severe illness. Mayo Clinic food safety experts warn that cracked or chipped dishware can harbor bacteria for months, even when washed regularly in hot soapy water or run through high-temperature dishwasher cycles. The rough surfaces created by damage to ceramic, glass, or plastic create biofilms where bacteria can attach themselves and multiply rapidly, forming protective layers that make them nearly impossible to remove with normal washing. Research published in the Journal of Food Protection demonstrates that damaged dishes can contain bacterial levels up to 1,000 times higher than smooth, intact surfaces, creating a serious contamination risk that increases with each use. These bacteria can include dangerous strains like Listeria, which is particularly harmful to seniors and can cause severe illness or even death. 73-year-old Arthur from Ohio learned this lesson the hard way when he developed a persistent stomach infection that puzzled his doctors for weeks. After extensive testing and multiple treatments that didn't work, they discovered that his favorite coffee mug, which had a small crack along the handle, was harboring dangerous bacteria that were contaminating his morning coffee daily. The crack was so small that Arthur never noticed it, but it was large enough to house millions of harmful bacteria that were making him sick every single day. The solution is immediate and non-negotiable for your health and safety. Inspect every dish, bowl, plate, cup and utensil in your kitchen today and throw away anything with visible cracks, chips, scratches or stains that won't come clean with normal washing. Don't make excuses about sentimental value or the cost of replacement, because your health is worth far more than any piece of dishware, no matter how much it means to you. Replace damaged items with new, smooth-surfaced alternatives made from non-porous materials, and make it a habit to inspect your dishes regularly for signs of wear that could harbor bacteria. Take action today, because every meal you eat from damaged dishware puts your health at unnecessary risk that could result in serious illness. Kitchen item 4. Old plastic food storage containers. How long have you been using those plastic containers in your refrigerator, and do you realize they could be slowly poisoning your food with dangerous bacteria? Plastic food storage containers seem convenient and reusable, but they have a hidden expiration date that most seniors ignore, creating serious health risks that compound over time and can lead to recurring illness. As plastic ages, it develops microscopic scratches, stains, and porous areas that become breeding grounds for harmful bacteria, while also potentially leaching chemicals into your food that can affect your health in ways you might never connect to those innocent-looking containers. The problem becomes worse with each use, as bacteria build up in layers that become increasingly difficult to remove. Harvard School of Public Health researchers have documented how plastic containers deteriorate over time, developing microscopic cracks and scratches that harbor dangerous bacteria, including Listeria, Salmonella, and Staphylococcus aureus. Their studies show that plastic containers older than 18 months contain bacterial levels that are often 50 times higher than new containers, even after thorough washing and sanitizing with bleach solutions. The research also reveals that older plastic containers can leach harmful chemicals into food, particularly when exposed to heat or acidic foods, creating additional health risks that are especially concerning for seniors with compromised immune systems. These chemicals can accumulate in your body over time and contribute to various health problems that many seniors never realize are connected to their food storage habits. Consider what happened to 69-year-old Janet from California, who suffered recurring digestive problems for months before her doctor suggested she examine her food storage habits. She discovered that her collection of plastic containers, some over 5 years old, were harboring bacteria that were contaminating her leftovers and prepared meals, leading to a cycle of low-grade infections that were sapping her energy and health. Janet had been blaming her symptoms on aging, not realizing that her food storage containers were making her sick every time she ate from them. The solution requires immediate action and a simple replacement strategy that will protect your health immediately. Throw away any plastic food storage container that shows signs of staining, scratching, cloudiness, or persistent odors, regardless of how much you paid for it or how convenient it might be to keep using it. Replace old plastic containers with glass storage containers that don't harbor bacteria and won't leach chemicals into your food, making them a safer, long-term investment in your health. If you must use plastic containers, replace them every 12 to 18 months without exception, and never microwave food in plastic containers, as heat accelerates both bacterial growth and chemical leaching into your food. Don't wait another day to clean out your food storage collection and protect your health with this simple but crucial change. Kitchen item 5. Worn dish towels and washcloths. That dish towel hanging by your sink could be more dangerous than you realize, serving as a bacterial highway that spreads contamination throughout your kitchen with every use. Most seniors use the same dish towel for days or even weeks, not realizing that these seemingly clean cloths become breeding grounds for dangerous bacteria within hours of first use. The combination of moisture, food particles, and warm kitchen temperatures creates perfect conditions for rapid bacterial multiplication, turning your cleaning cloth into a tool for spreading contamination rather than removing it. What makes this particularly dangerous is that dish towels come into contact with clean dishes, countertops, and your hands, creating multiple opportunities for cross-contamination that can make you seriously ill. Studies published in the American Journal of Infection Control reveal that dish towels and kitchen washcloths harbor some of the highest bacterial concentrations found in home environments, often exceeding levels found in bathroom towels or even pet bedding. The research shows that bacteria levels on dish towels can double every 20 minutes under typical kitchen conditions, reaching dangerous concentrations within just 4 to 6 hours of use. These bacteria include potentially deadly organisms like E. coli, Salmonella, and antibiotic-resistant Staphylococcus, all of which pose serious health risks to seniors whose immune systems may not be strong enough to fight off these infections effectively. The study also found that even towels that smell clean can harbor dangerous levels of bacteria that are invisible to the naked eye. 74-year-old Walter from Pennsylvania developed a severe skin infection on his hands that his dermatologist eventually traced back to contaminated dish towels he'd been using for over a week. The bacteria from food residue had multiplied on the damp towels and transferred to his hands every time he dried them, creating an infection that required weeks of antibiotic treatment to resolve. Walter's case demonstrates how something as simple as a dish towel can become a serious health threat when not properly maintained. The solution demands immediate changes to your daily kitchen routine that will protect your health with every meal you prepare. Use a fresh, clean dish towel every single day without exception, and wash used towels in hot water with bleach at least twice per week to kill bacteria and remove buildup that can harbor dangerous organisms. Never use the same towel to dry dishes and wipe countertops, as this creates direct cross-contamination between surfaces that can spread bacteria throughout your kitchen. Consider using disposable paper towels for the messiest cleaning tasks like wiping up spills or cleaning raw meat preparation areas, and always hang dish towels in a well-ventilated area where they can dry completely between uses. Replace your kitchen towels today and establish this new routine that will protect your health and prevent dangerous infections. These 5 simple changes can dramatically reduce your risk of dangerous bacterial infections that pose serious threats to seniors. The good news is that protecting yourself is completely within your control, and these changes cost very little compared to the medical bills, hospitalizations, and suffering that foodborne illnesses can cause. Your kitchen should be a place of nourishment and comfort, not a source of hidden dangers that could compromise your health and independence. Tell me in the comments which of these 5 items surprised you the most, and if this video helped you identify potential dangers in your kitchen, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other seniors who need this life-saving information. Your share could literally save someone's health, and that's worth more than any kitchen item you'll ever own.